my lovely people? It's Tamaja, and I'm back again with another encouraging words to all of you. I love you. Let's begin this message. We walking in the season with purpose. We walking in the womb with purpose. You better walk in there like God sent you. You better walk with your head up high and not with your head up down below. You know why? Because you are a child of the Most High. You are a child of God. You are a child of the Most High God that sit on the throne and looks down below. You better stand. You better stand. You better stand and walk in your purpose with intentional. You better stand. You better stand. You better stand. No, I'm not perfect, but I am intentional. I know I don't speak a lot or you see me around a lot, but I'm very intentional with my words and I'm very intentional with my actions. And I'm telling you, you better walk with purpose. And I'm telling you, you better walk with your head up and not with your head down. The enemy is busy, but that's not our job to worry about what the enemy is doing. Our job is to keep our eyes on the Most High because He is the one that's going to see you through. You cannot get through without the Most High seeing you through. You cannot live in this world and flow around without the Most High seeing you through. And when I say Most High, I'm talking about God. I'm talking about the one and only true living God. That's my Most High. You better walk around. You see all this nature that's around me? See all this nature? This means nothing. You see what I got on and the clothes that I'm wearing and the shoes that I have on? This means nothing. You know why? Because everything in this world and everything that is around me belongs to God. It belongs to the Most High, not to me. And not to you either. Everything that you have and everything that you drive and everything that you brought and everything that you tuck your hands into to get, it's not yours. It all belongs to God. You got to understand that. See, we got to renew our minds to think like Christ. Because Christ thinks a lot. See, we got to be more intentional with our words and more intentional with our actions and more intentional with our prayers and more intentional with our reading of the word and more intentional with our relationship with God. No more religion. It's time for a relationship with God. No more faking. It's time to get it right with God. No more beating yourself up. It's time to lift yourself up and lift others up too. See, I see you down and crying. It's time to get up and rise up and move and go forward, not backwards. Continue to move in the purpose and the place that God brought you to. See, everything that you've been through, you thought it was for no reason. No, it was for a purpose. See, the order to get to your purpose gotta go through the process. The order to get to the promise gotta go through the process. See, everything is connected to the process. But like I said, in order to get to the promise, you gotta go through the process, and the promise is connected to your purpose. See, what you see is what you get. No, I ain't perfect, but I am a child of God. See, we got to get out of this fleshly ways and fleshly desires and let God fill us up with desires of His heart, with desires that He wants. And in order to do that, you got to pray. Get on your knees and pray. Go intentional. Be intentional with God. Go to God the way that you are. See, how can God help a fake version of you? You got to come to Him the way that you are. And you got to lay yourself down and lay your life down so God can help you, so He can get you right and get you where you need to be. See, how can you attract the people that's for you or walk into the things that's before you, that's for you, if you're being a fake version of yourself? You got to be the real you. And I promise you, the ones that's for you and the things that's for you, guess what? They'll come your way. You just got to let go. We just got to be intentional. Got to be intentional with our mind, the way that we think. Be careful. Be watchful with your thoughts. See, we got to be intentional with our words. You get what I'm saying? Be intentional with the words that come out your mouth. Be intentional with your prayer when you're praying to God. You got to be very intentional when you're praying to God. Very intentional when you're praying to God. See, if I wasn't holding my hands, I'd put my two hands together to make a praise. But you got to be very intentional when you're praying to God. You got to be very intentional what you're listening to. You got to be very intentional what you're watching. You got to be very intentional who you hanging around. You got to be very intentional what you're doing with your life. You got to be very intentional with your actions. You got to be very intentional with everything that you do. Because God got a plan for each and every one of us. He got a plan, Jeremiah 29 verse 11. But in order to walk in that plan, you got to go through the process. In order to get to God, you got to go through the darkness. How do you expect to get to God without going through the darkness? See, a lot of us want to be with God and be close to God, but we don't want to go through the darkness. We don't want to go through the trials and pain. But you got to understand, to get to God, you got to go through the darkness. And when I say darkness, you got to go through your process. You got to go through your process. Because I don't mean darkness by getting in trouble. I mean darkness by going through the process and letting God into your heart, into your mind, into your soul, into your spirit. It's time to stop playing. Stop speaking hard seeds. Stop dancing hard seeds. Stop doing hard seeds. Stop speaking out the flesh. Operating out the flesh. Operate by the Spirit. Think by the Spirit. Walk by the Spirit. Talk by the Spirit. Let the Spirit lead you. The only way to let the Spirit lead you is to get a relationship with God. Be intentional with God. Be the real you. Because He only can help and heal the real you. He can't heal a fake version of you. And for all the people that's in your isolation season, embrace it. Embrace it, because it don't last long. It doesn't last long. So your isolation season is preparing you. It's just you and God. Sometimes it got to just be just you and God. And you got to be okay with that. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Because God's going to see you through. I promise you that. But don't take my words from it. Don't take nothing that I say on these platforms without going to God, because God is the one that's going to lead you. So everything that I'm saying out of my mouth, go to God and He will reveal it to you. Amen.